MyMac Podcast 996, Air Studio and Pro. Where's the love?
You're listening to the G-Men on the MyMac.com podcast.
Well, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's mighty MyMac podcast. And well, as Guy mentioned in the title there, where's the love? Where's the love for, the MacBook Air, the Studio, the Pro? Everything else seems to be getting M4 and enhanced, beautiful, smooth chips. But those, when will we be seeing the love for those machines? Well, there's another device which hasn't had much love as well, and that's the what do they call them? The headphones. I can't remember.
Oh, the AirPod Pro.
AirPod Pros. They haven't had much love either, but I don't think that they're going to get the love quite as quickly as the ones that we've just mentioned for the Air, the Studio, and the Pro. How are you, Guy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing thumbs up. Thumbs up,
Well,
guys.
No,
that was great. That was a great intro. And for people who don't understand, we're going behind the scenes here, guys. Started off today. We were going to start early because Gaz has a heart out. And I looked up and I realized that I didn't have all my show notes in notes. And the program that I used to kind of correlate information was not up in Safari. And it was like, oh, damn. So I had to contact our good friend Carl Madden to remind me what that program was, because he is the keeper of the keys as far as cool and outstanding AI programs go. And he hooked me up. But it was most of everything that we're doing today. And I know, shocker, is going to be completely improvisational. So
that is a shocker.
I know, no idea.
Can't believe you said that.
I know. I don't know where this show is going to go today. It could go in all different kinds of crazy directions.
Can we start off by just going? I want you just to say the one word that you would say. How's your week been? I want you just to say your one word, and then you say, "How about you, Gaz?"
Okay, Thanksgiving. How about you, Gaz?
Not Thanksgiving.
This year. But actually, before we get to that, you were talking about the AirPod Pros. No, they are not getting M4s. I don't care how far in the future
Let's
we
be
go.
honest. Let's be honest. I don't think they're getting anything.
Do they even need it?
Well, true.
At some point, it's
well,
like,
do they? Do they? You see, I think they're a good example of possibly putting a few more chips in there to make them like a HomePod. Why can they not be like a HomePod?
Are they strictly Bluetooth, or do they go through the whole home? I guess I don't know if they do or not.
That's the question I'm offering you. They are quite an expensive piece of equipment. There's enough real estate in there for Apple to make them more like a HomePod, so that they'll have much more intelligence in them and can answer the questions. And playing your music is one thing, but if you're just keeping them on, they could be so much more. They could be so much more, Guy.
I know. It's sad that they.
It's sad that they're not at the moment.
Do they have a microphone built into them?
Guy, I'm offering the opportunity for Apple to put a microphone into them. I don't know whether they do or not, actually.
Come on, Apple.
They may well have some sort of microphone, because what Apple's like. They like to be able to understand what the noise is around, so that it can, modulate and adjust.
True. That's true. I don't know if that's like built in to also use voice or not, because honestly, they're way more expensive than I would ever pay for wireless headphones. And it's not that this is like the whole, and I know we're so completely off topic right now. This is like Apple's studio displays. They are gorgeous displays. I would never buy one.
Yes. Yeah, agreed. And we're not off topic because nobody knows what our topics are. Ever.
Well, we're
Anyway,
gonna
so
talk about those 3 things that were in the title later on,
yes, later on
if
though,
we ever
later
get
on. I
there.
mean, we've got other stuff to go through
We
first.
do, we do.
I mean, my week has been pretty normal,
Okay.
pretty the same. You know, cycling, wolf wanderings. I've had a rugby meeting again this week. What have I written here? I've got something here
You
which I've
got
got.
not
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
not, you got not Thanksgiving. No, but that's I'm kind of moving on. I'm looking at the week before actually. This week, no, pretty standard from what I've just said. Mrs. Gaz went out on a couple of occasions to do a drawing class, and I'm pretty
Oh, nice.
impressed with the drawings that she's brought back. So I was quite pleased with that. I've had a few issues with MyMac, as we were briefly mentioning before, our pre-show
Yeah,
chat that we
that may
have.
end up in the after show slightly edited for content.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I'm just going to go into a
Yeah,
bit
go ahead.
deeper.
Go ahead.
So earlier in the week, I was having problem with mail in particular, where I kept getting the beach ball of death, and I thought, what is going on here? I'm not happy with you, mail. So I thought, how can I fix this? And I downloaded the latest version of Onyx for the latest OS that we have,
Tall
which
trees.
is tool tree. Yeah, something like that. For Sequoia, Mac OS Sequoia, and the because um, Onyx is really an in-depth tool which has to keep up with the versions of Mac that are out there. So I've downloaded the most recent one, and in it, I'm just going to open it up and see if I can see how quickly it comes up, because I don't know what the description is. But basically, there was an option in there, and I don't know whether it's actually fixed it. But under the maintenance tab, there is one that says mailboxes in mail, rebuild the index. So I've done that, run that with a few other things,
So what
and
did you
I'm
do the next day?
well, today is the next day, and I haven't been
Oh,
on my Mac because I've been out
it's
cutting
still
a
doing
tree.
it. It's still doing it.
No, it's done it. It's completed it, but I don't know how, whether it's done the killing of the beach ball of death. However, interestingly, I have been charging up my trackpad for those on YouTube, my trackpad, Apple trackpad, and it is now 100%. Fabulous, I thought. I'll unplug it because I don't
Mm.
need it plugged in anymore. And my mouse kept juttering. I was scrolling across the screen, and then suddenly my mouse would stop, disappear, and then jump into where I was expecting the mouse to be. And I'm sure all of you know how frustrating that is. And I
Yeah.
suddenly thought, what is wrong? I thought it was my machine that was going doo da da doo da 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 la 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 la. But no, it's Bluetooth, because I plugged my trackpad back in, and hey voila, my mouse was moving, and it still is moving across the screen as like buttery cream. It's smooth and soft as a baby's bum. That's all I can say. And I've got no idea what Guy is doing, but he's basically, I think, for anybody listening, you can probably hear the odd in the background. That's Guy strangling himself, because I think he's got a wired headphone set, which is what I've got. I use my EC2s, and I have them plugged in, and they're very discreet actually. It goes over the ear, the back, the wire goes down the back of my jacket and round, and you can't see it at all. Guy kind of liked that, and I think he's tried to duplicate it. The problem is, in duplicating it, he's put his wires down around his chair, and he's got them all over the place, and basically strangling himself. So when he's going to be ready, I'm not quite sure. I can see he's about to plug in. So hopefully once he's plugged in, he can then hear me. He may nod his head if he can hear me. Yes, he can hear me. So that's good. So I've just blathered on for a few minutes, completely off topic, and I
Okay.
hope that it makes sense. But at least it's a piece of section of this show which Guy doesn't know about. So he's going to have to listen through it carefully to take out all the bleeps that I gave. So there you go. Anyway, Guy, that's me. What have you been doing this week other than Thanksgiving, or has it mostly been Thanksgiving?
It's actually mostly been Thanksgiving.
Have you bought anything off, Black Tuesday,
I
Friday, Wednesday,
I
Monday,
didn't.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I did not. I didn't. I
Oh, well
looked at
done.
lots of stuff.
I did. I looked at lots of stuff.
Actually, you know what? I have to take that. I have to roll that back slightly. We had a discussion in the family with Black Friday coming up. It's like create like an Amazon wish list, and if you can include as many Black Friday items as possible, then put those in there. But that wasn't actually that was actually much earlier this week. But that's what we basically did. So I've purchased a lot of gifts for the family off of Amazon, but nothing for myself. Not even a single microphone. Not one. I am still loving this Earthworks Ethos microphone, which is the last one that I purchased. I would love to be able to tell you that it will be the last microphone I ever purchase, but I hate lying to the audience. I really, really do. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so just
I'm sorry, Guy. I've got to interrupt you because you're a little bit OCD when it comes to this.
His name was Guy.
mm,
No fooling.
mm,
Now, I also have a bit of an OCD when people go off of, and you said something about off of Amazon. It's from Amazon. Okay, there you go. That's
oh,
my
okay.
OCD done. My OCD's done now. I'm good.
Not a problem, guys. I'll try not to do that again. So the stuff we got off of Amazon from Amazon was mostly stuff related to Christmas gifts for the family. I didn't buy no, I didn't buy anything for myself.
Oh, well, that's good. I've got a feeling that there might be a few people out there that did. I think that the range of Good Friday, Black Friday deals were quite wide in terms of reasonably good to freaking awful, as is usual. But
Yeah.
there seem to be a lot more reasonably good offers out there this year. It's just become a discount period, isn't it? It's not in this country. It's not Black Friday at all. Not like
No,
not in the true sense that it started in the States. I don't know whether in the States now it's become just a discount week
that's all it is. And it's
yeah,
all it's been for like 20 years.
yeah,
You know,
cool,
prior to
cool,
that, you would get flyers in the mail, and
yeah.
for people that are like under the age of 30, we used to get these things called flyers that had sale prices in the mail, and then you would have to physically get out of your seat, get into your car,
Well, you
and then
just
go to a store to
well,
buy this
well, there
stuff.
was a double whammy there, actually, wasn't there? Because you first of all had to get out of your seat and pick up the flyer and read it, and then you have to
Yeah,
get out your seat again to get in your car to go out to the store and eat it.
yeah.
Anyway, I think that we should really jump into Gaz's snippets. Had to do mine quickly on my iPad. There's no ooh 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 for that, is there really?
Yeah, it's kinda like,
Yeah. Indonesia guy has rejected Apple's 100 million investment proposal as insufficient to allow the sale of iPhone 16s in the country. The Southeast Asian nation imposed a ban on the iPhone 16 in November due to Apple's failure to meet local content requirements, which stipulate that at least 40% of smartphone components must be manufactured domestically. We will see how long it takes for Apple to up the ante to get into Indonesia.
yeah, I've heard that Rhode Island is gonna do the same thing. Don't do
Excellent.
it, Rhode Island. Don't do it.
No. Tim Cook and 20 others. Now, I saw lots of these headlines, but this is pretty much the one that said, and 20 other CEOs met China's premier to discuss potential issue with Trump plans. I'll leave it there.
Yeah,
The
please.
the fact is, everybody else was saying Tim Cook met with him. No, Tim Cook plus others,
Yeah.
folks, met with
It's like Gilligan's Island, Tim Cook and the rest. Okay. That's like a US thing.
India
Actually,
has.
that's a US old people thing because, again, people under the
Will
age of
you
30
let me finish?
won't know what
No.
Gilligan's Island is. Yeah.
India rejects Apple's request to put antitrust report on hold. India's antitrust regulator has rejected Apple's request to halt an investigation into potential antitrust violations, according to an internal order from the regulator seen by Reuters. The regulator's decision allows the investigation to proceed despite Apple's objections.
Well, why wouldn't it?
China tries to exert control over Apple Intelligence launch over there.
Wow.
Is that a surprise? Is
Not
that
really.
shocker? Shocker?
Not
Not really.
really. What? Some country that isn't China is gonna determine what people can see when they do searches? We can't
In
have
China?
that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
In China. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
China.
App Store anti-steering rules declared illegal in Brazil in a latest antitrust ruling. Apple's App Store anti-steering rules have been declared illegal in Brazil in the latest antitrust ruling against the company. This means Apple can no longer ban developers from linking to their own websites to sell in-app content like books, movies, music, and games. Now, if in the process of that it makes my security less safe, I think that Brazil, you are putting at risk my ability to be able to choose a secure and reliable environment that I have chosen. So Brazil, if you want to play that silly game, calling it a game, I, along with I'm sure a lot of other people, including Brazilians, will continue to call you nasty, nasty, horrible people for putting my security at
Yes.
jeopardy.
And the worst part is, or the worst part could be, if they then also insist that they can use Apple's payment plans, their payment system. It's like, no, 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 no. You want to go outside the store? That's fine. You can do that. Pick some other kind of payment method that isn't going to be as secure as what you'll be able to do from Apple.
It's just too commonsensical for us, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
People like choice. I get that, but
Okay.
as I say,
They have a choice.
they have a choice. Don't put my security. Go for Android. Um, Mercedes Benz unveils all new Apple Watch app. Huzzah!
Yeah.
The reason I brought this up was our EV is a BMW. It's the old i3. I don't know whether I've told anybody that, but it's the
Yeah.
i3. It's they've stopped manufacturing them now, but we love it, absolutely love it.
Wait, that's
And
a
the other
BMW though, isn't it?
the i3, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the reason I mentioned this app was
Okay. Go ahead.
because the other day on my watch, because this is a new Mercedes-Benz Apple Watch app, I went through and I suddenly saw, oh, on my list of apps, there's a BMW app there. So I clicked on it and we were about to go out. And this week we've had some cold frosts. And I've got the option to preheat the car. So when you get into it, all the windows are
Nice.
defrosted and it's all warm in the car. So I pressed the button. We went out and it was all defrosted and the car was warm. I went, yes, I love
Sweet.
technology. Look, I love technology when it works. I hate it when it doesn't.
No, it's very frustrating.
International Emmy Awards. Apple's Drops of God wins the best drama. The reason I raise this, because I kind of stopped telling about certain TV programs I'm not so interested in. I just love the first line or the first sentence of this. Apple TV's French, American, Japanese adaptation of Drops of God, produced by Legendary Television, won the International Emmy Best Drama category. French, American, Japanese. Love it.
Yeah,
Love
if
it.
you try to figure out those subtitles.
Yes.
The weird thing was the subtitles were in Brazilian, so
Brilliant. Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what's going on. Or
I
Portuguese.
love it. I
It
love
would
a
be
Brazilian.
Portuguese, not Brazilian.
Here's everything we know so far about Apple's 5G modem. And yes, I kept that quiet. Some of you will have picked up on that little joke I said. So I was going to read about that actually. It's been a long time since Apple has been working on its own 5G modem. However, development is taking much longer than the company expected. How do we know it's taking much longer than the company expected? We don't. But recent evidence suggests that we'll see Apple's first 5G modem next year. Fingers crossed. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe not.
And then they'll be sued by whatever company supplied the modems before.
Well, yeah, there will be a period of the modems going into the phones. There will be 10 million phones out there with the modems in, and then a company will sue them for using some proprietary process, which they said
Yeah.
Apple obviously have picked up from somewhere else.
Obviously, it's electronic
You
device
never do it straight away.
communicating with
Never do
another
it. Never
electronic
do it
device.
straight away. Never do it straight away. Wait
Yeah.
until they've got product out there, because then you can get more.
So that's what they'll sue them for. Part of their patent was an electronic device that connects to another electronic device. How dare I?
Apple's um, iPhone, comma, other foreign smartphone sales in China dropped
Other,
44.25 year-on-year percentage in October.
other,
So, yeah,
other.
sales of foreign branded smartphones, including Apple's iPhone, plummeted by 44.525
And what
percent.
people don't understand, Samsung is a foreign branded smartphone in China,
Bingo, bingo.
unless it's Huawei.
Huawei, Apple, Huawei,
They don't
Apple,
even use Android anymore.
Apple into no. Well, apparently, aren't China also producing completely their own operating
Yeah,
system for
well, they
computers?
basically Huawei took a fork of, and I know I'm going to get some of this wrong. They took a fork of Android called Harmony, and they made this thing called Harmony OS, and now it's like in the fifth or sixth generation of it, and doesn't it's so far removed from Android it cannot run Android apps anymore.
I think I was talking
So,
about desktop OS, but you carry on. It's all right. Apple are in talks to upgrade a
no, I
sports
want to interrupt
stadium.
some more.
Apple are in talks to upgrade a sports stadium for live Vision Pro immersive video.
Oh, come on. Come on. Who is going to drag a 3,500 freaking dollar device to a live sporting event that you're supposed to be watching? Oh, I don't know, live, and watch it through these ridiculous headphones. I mean, it'll be like the entire stadium will have just those little googly eyes that you see on
No,
these
no, I got
Vision
to stop you
Pro.
there because we don't know that they're not doing that for people to be able to be at home watching the live match with the immersiveness rather
Ooh, ooh.
than being there.
You know,
Now, if
one of these
that's the
days you'll be
case,
able to do that on a television set.
you did jump the gun a little bit there,
I
but
did. I did.
uh,
I'm just picturing all these people with Vision Pros on their heads, and just the
yeah,
whole stadium is completely silent, and all you see are the little googly eyes from the Vision
and
Pro.
do you know why?
80,000 people.
It could be 80,000 people all doing different things because they're all actually watching different things while
Yeah,
they're there.
yeah.
GM's mission to eliminate Android Auto and CarPlay has been thwarted by a clever third party kit. Didn't take long. We knew it would happen.
Yeah, and then they haven't even
GM,
come out with it
you
yet.
are stupid. Every I've got to say, Guy, every single car review that I now watch, they mentioned, and it comes with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. They
Mhm.
always mention it. You can easily link. GM, I'm afraid you've
You
really
you
cocked
you
up
like
there.
you like bought the plot. That was so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. UK Carrier 3 are supporting RCS for iPhone users from next month. Okay. This just I thought my ears pricked up on this one. I thought, what? I thought RCS was automatic, but no.
No,
Apple held out for a long
carrier
time
based.
on I'll start again. Apple held out for a long time on switching from text messaging to RCS, rich communication services, but finally announced that it would be doing so as part of the iOS 18. The move brings many iMessage like features to text messages between iPhone and Android users. Mobile carriers also need to support the switch. And UK Telco 3 has just texted customers to announce that it will be doing so from next month. So you can take your hand away from your mouth now.
Okay, good.
The thing is, this wasn't automatic, Guy.
No.
So it had to be rolled out by all of the telcos. I
Yep.
just found that quite interesting.
Yeah, they didn't get sued for it, just Apple.
um, this completely threw me because I went onto the Apple Store Thursday evening and it said the app store is down. The store is down. We'll be right back. And I went, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? And then I realized about an hour later, it's because it's Black Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Duh. But the headline here was Apple Store will go down soon, but don't get too excited.
What are the odds?
Yeah. What are the odds? I wish I read that before I got too excited.
Hmm.
Now playing for Apple TV encourages you to listen to entire albums. This kind of threw me a bit.
On Apple
Now,
TV or music?
yeah, Apple TV.
Really? Huh.
Just- I'm going
It's a little confusing.
to listen to music on my TV. And what are you going to watch?
I don't
Listen to
know.
music. Oh yes, some British iPhone users. British iPhone
Grrr.
users. Let me start this one again.
Okay.
Some British iPhone users sent alerts of severe temperatures of 39 Fahrenheit. That's
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Yes,
Okay.
that's yeah.
That's like 2-3 degrees Celsius, isn't it?
Yeah. A mistake saw British iPhone users yesterday receive a range of severe weather alerts, one of them citing severe high temperatures of 39 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 4 degrees C. You know, that's cool. I mean, it's cold, the possibility of frost if it's overnight and it's clear, but,
Yeah.
some of the alerts warned of a significant threat to life. Yeah, I think they made a little bit of mistake there. A little bit of mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit.
Apple have increased trade-in values for iPad models, but don't hold your breath because it's not a great increase. But they have increased them. 12 reasons to wait for next year's iPhone 17, Guy.
12. Okay.
I'm not going to go through
When
them.
they have
I have
absolutely
I have
no
got them
idea.
here. One of them was funny. Rectangular camera bump. I I quite like that one. Here was I thought this was a bit off the ball, or off the wall rather. New display sizes. Whoa, really?
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
By like an eighth of a millimeter.
Maybe.
Did I mix my metaphors there? An eighth
No,
of a
no, no, no.
millimeter.
It will be the smallest bezels that we've ever created
No. Did
for the
did
iPhone.
you not hear what I said? Did I mix my metaphors because I went an eighth of a millimeter?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be pretty small.
Yeah.
Eighth of
Anyway,
a millimeter. Okay, got it.
Apple increases
Like a
iPad.
whole new
Oh, I've
phone.
done that one. And the sorry,
It's
you.
like a whole new phone.
Well, yeah. Wallace and Gromit bring Christmas cheer to London's Battersea Power Station. Why do you tell me that, Gaz? Well, this actually came from Apple's newsroom because this year Wallace and Gromit have decorated Apple's Christmas trees at London's Battersea Power Station, home to Apple's UK's headquarters.
Yeah, Wallace
And if
apparently had very little to say.
And if you can find the pictures of that, it is quite good.
Yeah.
It's quite enjoyable. So go and have a look. And that, folks, that more than I thought I was going to get this week because everything was Black Friday, but more than I thought I was going to get, but all good. That is the end of Gaz's Snippets.
I miss Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, I'm worn out. I am.
I bet. You doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
You
Uh-oh,
need
the
to
dog's
lie
coming in.
down. You
Oh,
need to
hang on a
lie-
minute. Come here, Wilf. Come here, Wilf. Come and say hello.
Oh, I just saw the door come flying open.
Wilf, come here. Come and say hello.
Like, nope, I'm out of here.
You going or not? Right. No, that's it. He's gone.
And your wife just closed the door.
Yeah, take him out.
So I have a couple of bumpers to inspire people.
Oh, right. Yes. I think I might have a couple
We
again.
don't have that many. We haven't gotten that many this time. I'm kind of surprised.
Mm,
You guys are
Well,
slacking.
slackers.
Yeah.
Slackers.
All right. Well,
What do you got? Nothing else to do? Come on, you must
Yeah.
you must concentrate on giving us what we want.
yeah, give us the business. That's what we're asking for. Just give us a bunch of crap. That's what we want. Do it within 5 to 10 seconds, and you might win a prize.
Anyway, go on.
Okay, so here's the first
But
one.
these are old ones, aren't they?
These are old ones. Yes.
Now I've got 2 new ones, but then I've got some more later.
Okay.
Do you want me to do them all now?
No. Just
No.
do the two that you wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to start off? You want me to start off?
Listening to Guy and Gaz is a little bit like using Apple Maps. You're never quite sure where you'll end up. The G-Men on the MyMac podcast.
Can't argue. Cannot argue.
Nope.
All right, here's one.
The G-Men.
It's not that they're any good. It's just that the other podcasts suck.
Go ahead.
Why get your Apple news anywhere else? Well, probably because it's faster and more accurate. Otherwise, it's the G-Men on the MyMac
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, look, fake news. We wanted to jump right on that bandwagon. Didn't want to be left out. All right, here's another one.
Forced air induction. The G-Men on the MyMac.com podcast.
I'd forgotten about that one.
Now, what makes that really funny is Gaz and I got together. This was 10 years ago or more to record some new bumpers that the two of us had written, and I wrote that one, but I didn't have any sound effects of like burping. So for like the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're both sitting there like gulping air and trying to come up with just crazy ass burps. And that's all of those burps, homegrown. I just have to say that they were all homegrown.
Wow.
Oh, and you've got some others that are coming
Come
later
later
on.
with feedback. Yeah.
Okay. The topic for this week, number one, what are the odds, Gaz?
I don't know. What are the
we're
odds?
gonna-
Is this going to change the score? Are we
No,
now on the
no,
last?
listen.
Are we now on the last day of that scoring? And did I thrash you?
Oh, there was no coming back
Okay.
from the thrashing that I got in that last episode of, I'm sorry, what was the name of it?
What are the odds?
Yeah, that was it. There are 3 Macs that have yet to receive M4s, and that's the MacBook Air, the Mac Pro, and the Mac Studio. Now, let's talk first about the MacBook Air. According to sources, the MacBook Air is expected to launch in early 2025, most likely in March. This aligns with Apple's typical release pattern, as the current M3 MacBook Air was released in March of 2024. I love this. Specific rumors, those, let's not have just regular rumors. We need to have specific rumors. Well, they suggest that the announcement date will be March 3rd. The pre-orders will be March 3rd, and in-store availability March 7th. What are the odds? Now, yes. For the first part of this, what do you think? And I'm going to put a little space under there. What is your prediction for whether or not that's correct? And we'll swing it from let's say February 15th to March 15th.
Where are you typing this stuff?
In notes.
I can't see anything.
It's right under where it says first break. Maybe it just hasn't synced up yet.
No.
Anyway, it's there.
I saw it jump down. Okay. 0%.
Ooh, he says 0%. Okay. Well, because I got so thoroughly thrashed in the last one, I kind of need to make up some ground here. I'm going to say 100% between February 15th and March 15th of 2025. That will be the release date, or the announcement at the very least, of the MacBook Air. So those were the odds.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? All right. The MacBook Air is expected to bring several new features and improvements. Of course, the M4 chip for enhanced performance. 16 base RAM, which is not a surprise since everything is 16 gigs of RAM now. Neural engine capable of like trillions and trillions of operations per second, optimized for AI tasks, because reasons. 12 megapixel center stage camera for improved video conferencing, improved battery life. They got battery life, excuse me, on this thing now up to almost 24 hours. And that blows my mind. It wasn't that long ago where we were kind of like, wow, 6-7 hours on a laptop? That's incredible. They'll never beat that. And here we are. A potential nano texture display option, kind of like what they did with the MacBook Pros. It will retain its current design, including the 13-inch and 15-inch options, which I think are just perfect size for this machine. With the Pro being 14 and 16, having the MacBook Air at 13 and 15 is a good choice. MagSafe charging support. I don't know what they mean by a notched display. Touch ID sensor, which would be nice. Force touch trackpad backlit.
Do they mean a notch display because they're putting a camera into the top?
Oh,
it's
and keeping
like
the
a little
bezel
bit.
really small.
It's not going to be like is it going to be like the iPhone? Do you think with the notch at the top?
Mm,
Possibly. I don't know.
maybe.
I'm guessing.
I honestly don't think it makes that much of a difference because for most people, unless they have the menu bar just kind of fade up to the top,
Yeah. Which I
that
never
screen
do.
real estate typically isn't used anyway, so I don't see what the big
Agreed.
deal is. Less
Yep.
of a problem with MacBooks of all stripes than an iPhone.
Yeah, agreed.
They're saying, I love this. While not yet confirmed, of course it's not confirmed. None of this is confirmed. There are rumors of potential OLED display technology and Wi-Fi 7 support because, Apple jumps right ahead on the curve on Wi-Fi. No, they don't. For faster internet speeds, the M4 chip may also support hardware accelerated ray tracing for improved graphics performance in games and 3D applications for all of those games that are available for the Mac. I know. All right. Next up, the release dates for the M4 Mac Studio and the Mac Pro are anticipated as follows. For the Mac 4 Mac Studio, between March and June of 2025, this model will feature variations of the M4 chip, such as the Ultra and the Max. I don't hold on. What are the odds that the Mac Studio has a plain Jane M4? I don't see it. I'm
No,
gonna say
it'll
0%.
be an Ultra or a Max or whatever it is.
Okay, so Gas says 0.
Well, if you're going to stick with the M4, you see, yeah, if you're going to stick with exactly what it said there, then I'm going to say 0 again. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about when they release it. That will it have the regular M4? I say 0% chance. I think it'll
Oh
be a
no.
Pro at the very least.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether they'll just do it to try and make it a cheaper option because they do just like making a cheaper option in there, don't they? That's the
Okay,
thing. That's
so
the thing.
what do you want to go? What
I'm
percentage?
gonna go. Yeah, you see, I think they'll put because I think they're going to release it early next year. I'm gonna,
That's the next question.
yeah. What date period are you going for?
Well, I'm just talking about the general release of the machine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna go 100% then.
Ooh, 100% that it has an M4, regular M4. Let me make sure I put that in there. Regular
Yeah.
M4. And I'm saying 0%.
Okay, I think that's a base model. You see, they'll put out.
Okay, next question is they're saying between March and June of 2025.
Crikey, you're giving me lots of questions here. March and June.
Between those. Boom, boom, boom.
50%. And do you know what we're going to get? We're going to get another cheesed off saying, "What's this with percentages?" And
I know. Mr. Cheeseoff, it's just so that we can have a running score. It has nothing. We understand that it's a binary question. We do understand that. There's many things we don't understand. We do
But
understand.
that we do
We
understand.
get that. I'm going to say 100%,
Okay.
and that's release March to June. Whoops, not June.
Jua. Jua.
All right,
The Julian calendar.
Mac 4 Pro. Or Mac. Wow, Mac 4 Pro.
M4.
M4 Mac Pro. Words are hard. Anticipated to launch in summer, and we're gonna narrow that down, of 2025. It will skip the M3. Wow, really? Way to jump off the ledge there. And feature the highest end version of the M4 chip, possibly an ultra or extreme variant. Expected to have a 32 core CPU, 80 core GPU, up to 512 gigs of memory, along with Thunderbolt 5 ports. None of that is a surprise as far as the ports go. I am surprised about it's hard to imagine half a terabyte of RAM and what that would cost, but okay. So, question 1. Guess. What are the odds
Boom.
that you'll be able to put up to 512 gigs of memory in this thing?
Oh, wow. That is. I thought you was going to ask about M4 because I was going to say definitely
coming
not
up.
on M. Oh, okay. 512.
Yeah. I think currently the most you can get is 128,
192.
192. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big jump for
Really
them.
is.
That's a lot. I'd say 0%.
Okay. And unsurprisingly, I'm going to say it hurts me to say this because I'm screwing myself. I know.
Well,
50.
no. You're getting 50%.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the fence,
I
Mr.
am.
Cheese.
I really am. It's like they could do it. They might not do it. We don't know.
Mind you, I did say did I say a percentage earlier of an odd number? Maybe. Anyway, go on.
Okay. And it's not an 0%. It's a 0%. There we go.
Zero.
Now,
Zero.
the next question
Mm-hmm.
is, and I'll answer mine first if you want. Release date. Do you think that the M4 Mac Pro will be released between the beginning of June and the end of August of 2025?
It's quite a big window frame.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Thing is, are we thinking they're going to release it at all? If they are, is that going to be the period? I'll go with 100%.
Okay. 100%. And just so that we have a potentially different score, I'm going to say 25%. And I'm going to put here summer release.
Well, as long as you're putting the dates in, because I'm really want to be some accuracy on those dates, please.
Yeah, well, summer is June 1st to August 31st.
Just clarifying that.
That's the summer. It's now here. It's been recorded live. That's what we got.
Okay.
And what other questions can we ask here? I think that's really it. I can't think of anything else.
Well, it definitely won't. It definitely won't have an M4. It'll be higher than an M4.
What? They don't have an M5 out yet.
No, sorry, it'll be an M4 Ultra or an M4 Super Duper or M4
yeah.
Superman.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. There's really there's no reason to ask that question at all.
No.
Yeah, it's not going to have the vanilla M4 in the Mac Pro.
No.
Okay, now let's talk about the two chip here, the M4 Ultra chip.
Mm-hmm.
Likely featuring a 32 core CPU, 80-core GPU, doubling the performance of the M4 Max. Not a surprise since it's two M4 Maxes slammed together, or at least that's what it was with the M2. Thunderbolt 5 ports offering speeds up to blah, 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 triple the theoretical maximum of Thunderbolt 4, enabling faster storage and powerful docking solutions, whatever the hell that means. Improved connectivity, potential support for Wi-Fi 7, no, in my opinion. Offering speeds up to 46 gigapixels, or whatever the hell GBPS means. It's gigapixels, that's what that is. Over 5 times faster than Wi-Fi 6E. So gas.
Uh-oh. I've got a question coming, folks.
You do. What are the odds that the M4 Ultra will support Wi-Fi 7 up to 46 gigapixels?
I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. Let's
50
not even talk about gigapixels, all right?
No,
That's
50%.
50%. Okay. I'm going 0
I'm sitting on the fence.
on Wi-Fi 7. Wi-Fi 7. Well, I think that's really the only question we got there with
Cool.
that. I know it's going to be Thunderbolt 5. There's no reason why they would put Thunderbolt 4 when they already have Thunderbolt 5 on the Mac Mini.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it for all of our questions for what are the odds? So guess.
Boing.
What are the
Yes.
odds that you're going to nod your head? 100%.
100%.
Gases, tips, mostly. Gases, tips, mostly. Gases, tips.
It's time for
Gases, tips.
100%.
Well, I don't know quite how I'm going to do this, but actually, for those listening, I'm holding up my watch to the camera, and basically, I'm opening my watch, and then I'm pressing the long button, which brings up your menu of all your, kind of the admin side, and in there, you've got a little icon where you may have an icon, you should have an icon, or you can certainly add it,
It's
of a
icon.
torch. And if you put the torch on, you'll see that it comes up white, which I have used occasionally. It's not fantastic, but the little light comes up. It's not really a torch, but it does bring out some quite bright light. Now, you can also have it if you scroll to one side, so it flashes. I don't know if you can see that on camera,
Yeah, I can.
Guy, but actually it gets brighter and flashes brighter. So as a SOS or some sort of warning or some way of not identifying, but getting
Where you
somebody's
are.
attention,
Yeah.
it can show where you are. Now, if you scroll again to the right again, it comes up red. What on earth have you got red for, Gaz?
'Cause you're dead.
Why is it red? Why is it red? You see, I
Yeah,
just
it's
see
the
there. I've put
mark
it
where
at
the
the end
body
there.
is.
Yeah. So now the thing is, and that will come brighter as well. However, there is also another option in there, and I don't know if any of you have ever used it, which is the theater mode. And if you click on theater mode and then you press on the torch, it automatically comes up red, so that you don't disturb your neighbors. Now, why you'd be using your torch in a theater on your Apple Watch to try and look at something, I don't know, but the availability is there. But you can actually scroll through once you've got the light on your Apple Watch from left to right or right to left, even. You'll scroll through, you'll find it, and you've got 3 different options. Did you
Nice.
know that, Guy?
I did not know that. But I don't know.
Why
I don't know why.
you did not know that, but you're
I-
nodding your head.
I am, and I'm nodding it as in a yes.
Hit it. That's the end of Gases,
I don't know why.
tips. That's
Mostly.
the end of Gases,
what I do.
tips. That's
Mostly.
the end of Gases, tips.
Is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I need to move where it says play those funky bumpers. That needs to go farther back up. But
Well, yeah, I don't know how many more of those funky. Well, you got plenty of funky bumpers.
I've got so many.
I've
bumpers.
run out of new funky bumpers from.
I got many.
Said madam.
Well,
But
do you
I
want
do
to
have
have now, or do you want to wait?
What the funky bumpers that I've got from Jim?
Yeah.
Right. Listen carefully. He'll say this only once.
I heard your request for support. If you send me an address, I can send you my grandfather's trust. My Mike podcast show with Guy and Gaz.
Wait, his truss.
Yes.
No, thanks,
Yeah.
Jim. We'll what are the odds that Guy would want a truss?
Here's another one.
0.
Stop the presses, stop the presses. Guys refuse to buy a bargain microphone. My Mike podcast show with Guy and Gaz.
Definitely stop.
Which one?
Presses. Well, it was one. It
Tell
was
me
one
what
the
it
other
was.
week.
I may have missed one.
I think it was that antique one, wasn't it?
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
Anyway.
The one
Anyway,
I couldn't get to work if, he put a gun to my head.
Yeah. Or there might have been another one. I don't know. It was a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I've missed out on playing a couple of these.
No,
Anyway,
it's true. It is true that, I don't know if anyone has noticed this. I do have a bit of an obsession with microphones.
no, you don't. Moving on.
Moving on.
Listen.
We also
No, listen. No, I'm playing another one.
All right.
Right. Listen very carefully to this.
This is not the show you're looking for. My Mike podcast with Guy and Gaz.
Yes. Yeah.
This is not the podcast that you've been looking for.
Here's one more like that.
How feel
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
you have failed me once too often, and you'll fail me again. My podcast with Guy and Gaz.
It's true.
I do love the Scottish accent doing. You got. Was it Duff? You failed me for the last time. Yeah.
He's choking out that admiral on the screen.
Yeah, did it in a Scottish accent. Brilliant. Right,
I
one
know.
more.
The best part of that scene is the look on the face of his
yes,
second in command,
subordinate. Yeah.
As he's like, at first he doesn't seem too alarmed. Then it becomes obvious. Crap, I'm going to die, and then he does. And his second command is like, "Yes, sir, Lord Vader. Whatever the hell you want, you tell me. I'll do that thing."
And the last one
over an intercom. Good God!
And the last one from Jim.
Wonderful. These AirPods that crackle will stop me listening to My Mike podcast show with Guy and Gaz.
It's like the opposite of noise cancellation. It's noise addition. Or actually, you know what? If you listen to here's one. If you listen to the G-Men on the MyMac.com podcast with noise cancellation turned on, you won't hear a thing. Self-burn, Gaz.
Thanks very much, Jim. And anybody else, send them in. Send those
Send them in.
bumpers
We're still looking for them. And after a week off, we have a Mr. Cheesed Off.
Oh, brilliant.
Are you ready?
I wonder. I'm just trying to work out. Is it going to be about politics? Is it going to be about Apple? Is it going to be about Black Friday? Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be about Black Friday. Hit me.
What are the odds? Okay, here he is. Now listen closely to this.
Hello, guys. Mr. Cheesed Off here. You know what's really got me riled up this week? The sheer amount of time you two have been taking off recently. I mean, how dare you have personal lives? Don't you know there are law listeners? Well, listener, out here waiting for the nerve of it. And you got me so confused with all these breaks that I even forgot to send in a message last week. I thought, oh, surely they're not recording again. So I didn't bother. Turns out you were. And now I'm the one that looks like I've been slacking off. And with all these weeks off, the 1000th episode is starting to feel like a pipe dream, like Bigfoot or a foldable iPhone. Why not just stretch it out even further? Take a few months to celebrate the build-up to the milestone. Then a few more months off to recover from the actual recording. This month, the big episode might drop just in time for the launch of macOS 27, or maybe even Windows 13. I don't know. It all really cheeses me off.
Listener, I love that.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Sorry, Mr. Cheesed Off.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, between what you had going on and me going to Florida, it was like, well, okay, we're going to take a couple of weeks off. Sorry about that. Sorry. I actually still need to do last week's video, along with, of course, this week's video when that comes up. So some
Oh,
of that will be coming
well,
up.
you are recording at least. I mean, that's a bonus.
Yeah. That's like we finished the recording. Well done. We're all finished here. Oh, wait, I actually have to edit it. Damn it. Okay.
Or I'm sitting here and Guy says, "Oh yeah, finished. Oh crap, I didn't hit the record button."
When has that ever happened?
No, very
Yeah.
rarely.
And
Very
the crazy thing is, in our show notes, it actually says hit record, you dumbass. So it's no joke. It has
I'm
happened on several occasions.
I am saying nothing.
But speaking of show 1000, we have some bumpers that we would love to get from you, and there are a couple of I don't want to call them rules, guidelines. There we go.
Guidelines.
We
There.
have some guidelines for you
Very good.
to go through. Yeah, no fooling on these. You can say whatever you want about us. We love being insulted by our listeners. No, we really do.
No.
It's great. Please keep it between 5 to 10 seconds. And if for some reason you have to use naughty words, Marcus, fine.
No.
But they will be beat. Random drawing winner, and so far it's pretty much Jim. We'll get a $50 Amazon gift card. And I've got here show 998 is likely the cutoff date for entry, but you can insult us whenever you please. And we may push that a little higher because we want everyone who wants to be involved to get involved. Now, guess. If people wanted to contact you and say, what are the odds
Boom.
that Guy will ever play that game again? How would they do that?
Ever so easy. Send an email to gaz at mymac.com. I'm on lots and lots of socials. So if you're on a social and you can't find me as Gazmaz, Gazmaz, then send an email to Gaz, at mymac.com. Do you see what I do there? Do you see why I ring it back and, kind of encircle it? I get the
I like that.
to run round and I put all of the carriages all around in a circle and entomb it. Entomb it. Yeah. Anyway, you can also send a tweet. I'm going to call it a tweet on the old Twitters to Guy and Gaz. GUYANDGAZ.
Cars.
You can also send an email to feedback at mymac.com. That's FWDBACK at mymac.com.
His name was Guy.
Oh,
He's the guy.
is he?
Guy's the one.
I don't know.
Guy?
You remember Guy?
Guy says, Gaz, you've got a point.
On my Mac.
If you want.
No.
An email from Guy.
Without
No fooling.
how would they do it?
Okay. You can. There's so many ways. You can send an email, open up the email client that you like to use and send that to
Oh, I'm not ready.
at mymac.com. That's GUY, not GUY at mymac.com. You can still reach me on the X Twitters. I am Mac Parrot and Vertshark. So I mostly just follow Mac Parrot. I am also over there on Blue Sky. I am Mac Parrot. And those are basically X and Blue Sky are the two that I'm mostly using. Oh, I didn't say Mac Parrot or Vertshark. Yeah, showed you. You can also you forgot to say Guy and Gaz at Blue Sky as well. We have that account.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. So that's GUYANDGAZ
Ours
on Blue Sky.
on Blue Sky, and just search for either one of those. And I'm trying to remember to put links to the latest shows and stuff on both of those social media networks. I know Tim does it a lot. Once he's got it posted, he'll go ahead and put something up there as well on the MyMac account. those are Tim's. As well they should be, because he is Mr. MyMac. Not sure why I'm going off on that tangent, but we're going to jump right off of it. And
You
Gaz,
can
as
also
I
you can also
understand it,
you can also contact us by dialing a number.
yes,
It's
yes,
a Google Voice number, which is
Call 703-284-6777 for the MyMac podcast with Guy and Gaz. It's tech heaven.
now I played that
Oh.
out. So that's 703-828-4677. If you're outside the US, you may need to put a 0 or the 1, in front of
Right.
that code, and you may get charged. So just be aware of that.
yeah,
But,
just
you know,
do it through.
just record it, send it through email, because especially if you're on Apple, if it's a big file, Apple will just send us a link, and then we'll be able to download it. So you know, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, and that number again?
703-828-4677.
Get ready for the number. Write it down.
They say they know tech, but I don't know
You don't know why.
I call them anyway. 703
So remember, that number is 703-828-46. Okay, if you would like to help support the MyMac.com podcast for the quality entertainment that you get with free AI services that we put in, and it completely butchers our Google Voice number, you can do so by going to patreon.com/MacPettit. You can buy, there we go. You can buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/MacPettit. You can also pay a pal at paypal.me/MacPettit. And this is the sad part of the show for me.
Very
it
sad.
really is. It's so sad because we're almost at the end. And if that wasn't sad enough, then I have to edit the show. That really is the part that makes me go, oh God. I think that this week, Gaz, I think especially because we improv'd so much of it, I think we were good enough.
Yes.
I think we were smart enough,
Always.
What are the odds of that? And that doggone it, who made an appearance, Wilf made an appearance. Now, I have to say, all I saw was his rear end as he was going out the door. Hey, it still counts.
It's a beautiful rear end.
It's such a nice rear end. And only if you can find it, though. That's the important part. You got to find it. Doggone it, Wilf. People like us.
I have a joke about chemistry, but I don't think it'll get a reaction.
I knew that was coming. I was trying to think, what is that called? Can't think of it. Damn it. All right.
End.
Thanks for downloading and listening to the MyMac Podcast. You can also hear other great podcasts on the MyMac Podcasting Network, like the Tech Fan Podcast, Three Geeky Ladies, Geekiest Show Ever, the Let's Talk Podcasts, Essential Apple Podcast, and the Club PlayStation and Club Nintendo Podcasts.
You can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and go home. about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and go home.